Precast Stakeout for Maryland-style COG and COS curb slot inlets. Maryland-style COG and COS inlets are typically rectangular troughs that stack upon circular manhole sections. When installing precast inlets, the distance from the curb line to the center of the inlet and the distances along the curb line are different than for cast-in-place inlets. For nomenclature, we will use the clock face positions as if we were standing in the roadway and facing the inlet. The lower sections are typically round and will have a transition slab with an offset hole. The slab can be rotated so as to line up with the steps in the sections below. The precast trough section is then placed on the slab using a grout interlock. Typically, the inlets are fabricated with the steps at either the 3 or the 9 o'clock position. This allows field adjustment both towards the roadway or away from the roadway should it become necessary. Given the distance from the curb line to the center of the base section and the distance either left or right from a reference point, the chamber section can be accurately located in the field. This reference point is located along the face of curb and it is centered on the COS inlets. For COG inlets, the reference point is located at 23 inches from the lower end. The CP&P Stakeout Manual provides information to properly stake out precast Maryland-style COG and COS inlets. Here's an example we can look at. Let's say we have a Maryland-style COG inlet that's 5 foot long and it's a right-hand orientation. It's going to be manufactured on a 48-inch diameter base section. We are told that the steps are at the 3 o'clock position. We can look in the CP&P Stakeout Manual and find that the X dimension is 16 inches behind front face of curb, and the Y dimension is 6 inches to the left of the reference point. Assuming we can locate the face of curb on our project, and we know that our 5-foot inlet, the two ends will be located at 2 points along that face of curb, we can begin our stakeout. Because the precast COG trough is 1 foot longer than the throat, 6 inches on either side, the outside corners can then be located at 6 inches to the right or left of the throat locations. We are told that the flow is running from left to right because it is a right-hand inlet. The reference point is going to be along the face of curb, 23 inches from the lower end. Given our X dimension is 16 inches behind top front face of curb, and our Y dimension is 6 inches to the left, we can now locate where the center of our base unit needs to be located for everything to work out. And you can see that following that instruction, the center of a 48-inch diameter base section with a 5-foot COG inlet, steps at 3 o'clock, line up appropriately. For additional information, contact us at Concrete, Pipe, and Precast.